Hello, this is Kim with the Hashtag Project. I'm here with another tag. We have tag number 5. This one is a whole lot of fun, and I hope you have as much fun making it as we did putting it together. Definitely it takes a minute, and it might take a team, a couple of people to try to figure it out, but it is such a fun tag. We created this one with some idea in mind that you could actually add some small pictures to this fold out. So when you open up the string, you're going to see that this paper that's included with your kit, which is a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, we're going to fold it into this 3 by 3 square. So when you open this, when you pull this corner and you open it up, it's actually going to fold out into this piece. So you have a lot of room to journal, a lot of room to add pictures, draw pictures, whatever you choose to do. But then once you're done, you just fold it right back and you have this neat little 3 by 3 on your tag. Then just take the string and make a nice little bow. And that'll hold it together. Always, when you're making a bow, always go over the top, and then that gets your bow nice and straight. Then we've added a little charm to the topper. We have a couple pieces of ribbon in your kit, so you can use those if you want to put them on the top of the 3 by 3 square. You can do that. If you want to put them behind, which is what I did, to add a little more sheen to the backing of the paper. Totally up to you. And then I put the number on the left side this time. So let's go ahead and get started on this one. Here's an example of the paper that's off of the tag. So I actually glued this back down to the tag. You can choose to glue it, or you can choose to tie the ribbon around the tag if you want to, so you can take it off. It's totally up to you. But here is the piece of paper folded out. So you're going to have the 12 by 12 sheet, and I'm going to try to leave that where you can see it a bit. So here is our 12 by 12 sheet, and what we want to do is open it all the way up, and the three, this one, let me move this out of the way. So just to give you an example, this might be helpful. So this is the one that I have cut open already. Let me get it center. Hopefully you can see this front corner here. So basically what you're going to do is, and it might be easier just to take a piece of, or take a pencil, sorry, can't talk today, take a pencil, and I know you don't have this template, but if you turn the page, if you turn it cat-a-corner, so one corner is facing you and one corner is facing away from you, you take a pencil and you just mark an X on these 3 blocks. So the complete block. Hopefully you can see that. So this one, and this one, we're going to completely cut out. So we're going to cut here, then we're going to come up here, then cut across here, and then up here. So it might also be easy if you just take a pencil and mark your squares so you know exactly where to cut. Whichever is easier for you. It looks like it's a little fiddly, and it is, but it is so much fun. So, and you're going to flip the paper, and you're going to go to the top corner. So the opposite corner of where you just marked. So opposite of this, you're just going to turn it around, and you're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to mark here, 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 and here. So this one, and this one is going to be cut out, And when you get that finished, what you're going to have, and I'll turn it this way so you can see a little better, you're going to have this shape. So hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully you can see that well enough to know that that's what we're going for here. So getting it cut out is not hard. It just takes a minute to figure out what you're doing, what you're cutting out. So we're going to just cut this one. And because it's white, it is a little easier if you just go ahead and mark it. So cut there, and then up here. Sorry. And you can cut past that one because you're going to cut over on this one. And then go from the top and cut down. And then you can discard that unless you want to keep it for scraps. Now this one you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to cut that same corner on the opposite side. I'm sorry I get a little quiet when I'm cutting, especially trying to see the lines. So, all right, so we have that piece pulled out. So this is what you'll have. You'll have one of the opposite ends from you will have these 3 pieces cut out. So I hope that was in frame. I'm trying to make sure I get it as much in there as I can. So when we're folding this, the easiest thing to do is to, first of all, get your first corner. So here we have this first corner. Now we've got the mouth of it's like an alligator, so it's kind of facing you. So you want this piece here to be a full square. So I would hold these in. Actually, let's just fold these in here. So it's already creased. So we're going to fold these in, and then we're going to open this up. Kind of get that crease in the corner. And we're going to open this up and lay it down. And you have to work with it for just a minute because it's a little bit heavier stock, not real heavy, but heavy enough that it might give you a little bit of trouble. Okay, so get those 2 pieces down like that, and then go to the top, and then where your corner is, you want a crisp, clean corner. So you're going to just press that down. So let's do that again. So we've got at one of the corners that we cut, we're going to face that away from us. We're going to pull these 2 pieces down, and then we're going to fold this down over top of those. So we have one 3x3 here. So that's what we're looking at. Then we're going to flip it around, opposite corner from what you just did, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get we're going to fold these 2, we're going to hold on to these 2 pieces, fold them down, and make a little crisp, clean corner here at the top. Then you're going to grab this top piece, hold these 2 with your thumb, grab this piece, and then fold it down. And then we have what looks like this. Now, what we want to do with these 2 is make sure when you open it like this, we have this little piece up, right? So the centerpiece, so I would just, you have this, let's fold it like this and lay it down, and then just crease it. Now, if you see any, like this is off just a little bit, so now you could actually straighten that up a little. Obviously, I've got that off, so I could cut that a little bit straighter so it lines up, making sure that you don't cut the actual corner. Okay. All right, so now we've got this. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to make fold that up. Actually, so you could flip it over. This might be the easiest way. So we have this. We're going to flip it over, and then we're going to fold this over, right? Then we're going to flip that back, and we're going to fold this over. So we get that nice, crisp fold. All right, and then basically what you're going to do is just start pushing it together so it kind of looks like a star. And then we're going to fold it in, and it's not cooperating. That's okay. It's going to take a minute. Okay, so let's look at this one. See, and I'll show you. Mine's not wanting to cooperate. The corner, see how the corner is laid together like this. So basically we're doing the same thing as we did with the other two pieces. So you can pull that out, and then you want this centerpiece to pop up. You want to fold over these pieces here like this. So you have this top piece that looks like an alligator mouth. You're going to want to hold this down and fold this in like so. So basically we get this on the other side. Same thing we had on the top side, but just on this side. Okay, so we'll flip it around, and we will do the same thing on this side and just kind of push that down into itself. So we're going to grab that, and then we'll grab these, same thing as we did earlier, and then push this down. Then we have this piece, which we had already folded. We're going to push that down. Now, it's off a little bit. That's okay, because when we cover it with material, you won't really see all this extra. If you want to cut it, you can, but just be mindful that when you do, you may be cutting into some of these folds. So let's go through the fold one more time. All right, that out of the way. All right, so this is what we have. First, we're going to start with this front corner. We're going to fold this down into itself. Then we're going to hold it with our thumbs, and we're going to press this piece down here. Then you can actually go from here if you choose to, instead of the corners. You can push this piece down, these two pieces down, and we're going to push it underneath it. So you can actually, at this point, flip it over and then just push these two pieces down. And now you have the same thing as you had in the beginning of the other side. So we can turn it around, or whichever we want to do, and then we're going to push this piece down. So again, it takes a minute to figure it out, but it's kind of fun, you know, to see how you can fold it down and what you can make out of a 12 by 12 piece. We just basically cut out 6 squares, and now we have a 3 by 3. So again, it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. What we have added also in the kit is, of course, your tag, and then we have a couple pieces of material. If you want to glue this down, you can glue it down. If you don't, again, you can just put the string around the entire thing and hold it that way. Totally up to you how you want to do it. So what we're doing is we're going to glue down on the top. We're going to glue down a piece of material so it looks like that. So this way the white on the paper doesn't show so much. And you might, I'm sure you could probably do a better job cutting it than I did when I was trying to keep it in focus and screen. So that takes just a minute. So when you put on your material, what you're going to want to do is, depending on if you're left-handed or right-handed, I guess, you can turn it whichever way is going to be better for you to pull open this piece so you can write on it or journal or draw. So for me, I want the corner I want this corner which is open, I want it to the right. So I'm going to put my material over the top. And then I'm going to just basically flip it over. And I'm going to do the same thing to the back with the other piece of material. Now I'm probably going to glue mine down completely, which is what I did on the other one. But again, you don't have to. You can just tie a bow around the entire tag. That way you can keep that open to take off. So now we have our open corner to the left because we just totally flipped it over. And we have our material on the back side. Alright, so we're going to give that a second to dry. So when you open it up, this is what you have. I'm going to get my hole punched. Just kind of eyeball the center. Now in this little baggie, we have these two pieces of ribbon, and we have a little charm. So you can choose to, again, if you want to write left-handed, you may want to open this up this way. I'm not left-handed, so whatever works better. Or you can flip it over and have it open up to this left. So that is so much fun, I think. So here we can add a piece of ribbon to the top if we want to. We can add the ribbon behind, which is what I did. Just an extra layer for some extra color. Not a lot, but I just wanted the extra, we just wanted the extra sheen to this tag. So we're just going to layer it up like that. So let me get that on, and while that's drying, we'll talk about the next little step. I'm going to go all the way to the top, and then again I can take my scissors and make a little cut in the ribbon. I'm sorry, I'm so out of focus here, off the camera. I am learning, so I apologize. If you have any questions about anything, please reach out and I'll communicate with you and let you know. I'll answer any questions that you have. So we just want to put that down as center as possible. If you have something you can use to do that with, I recommend it. I don't actually, so I have gluey fingers, which is fun. You might want to keep some baby wipes handy or something like that. Alright, so we'll leave that to dry for just a minute. If you glue this down, you can actually take the string, put it around the back, and then just tie it. Once you glue it down, you won't have to worry about that string coming loose. Let's try to center that up a little bit. I'm struggling with this. So again, all I'm doing is just tying the ribbon around. Whoop. Actually, this is cotton string, cotton yarn. I'm just going to tie it around this whole thing. All right, now this is dry just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down completely. So we have that on our tag. Doing this obviously will keep the thread, the yarn, in place, so you don't have to worry about losing that to keep your 3x3 in place. So I'm just going to kind of put that about 1/4 of the way up, or a little bit less. So this is what we have so far. So you're going to want to flip that over, and you're going to want to flip that over and cut off your extra ribbon at the bottom. And the darker one does have wire in it, so again, be careful working with that so you don't get poked with the wire. All right. Ew, I'm really gluey. Okay, so what I did before was just take my scissors and poke a hole through the ribbon, or what I had earlier, just so I can get that topper through there. Or if you have a better way to do it, obviously, please do so. And it's got glue on it, so it's not one to cooperate because it's wet. All right, so we didn't put hole reinforcements on this one because we do have the ribbon that's going to protect that. I need a little bit more glue here. All right, so we'll give that a second to dry. Now, while we're waiting for that to dry, I had put the I had put my charm on this white eyelash trim. So I would take off a couple pieces at the end, and then that will make it a whole lot easier to try to get this little charm on. It will feed through. Usually the opening on these is big enough actually to kind of pull it through. So just kind of feed it through a little bit, and then you can catch it on the back side with your fingernail and center that up so we have this at this point. Then we're going to take this, and you might have to use your scissors to kind of push that through because again we've got wet glue and ribbon that we're trying to push through. So I just take the scissors and kind of help feed that through a little bit to the back side where I can catch it again and pull it the rest of the way through. Ideally. I think it's my ribbon that's catching, so I'm going to just take the scissors and help pull that through here. Remember at the beginning when I said this one might take a little minute to get put together? I wasn't kidding. But how fun is it to be able to put pictures on there, or if you have little ones, you can let them draw, and then you have that memory of the day that you spent with them drawing pictures, crafting. So now we have that through there. So basically what we're going to want to do is just, like we always do, just pull that back through. Now, we have our topper, we have our charm, and then we have our little 3x3 origami piece. I guess maybe that's origami. And then we're going to put the number on the left side here. My glue is getting really low. So excuse my gluey fingers. All right. I actually have glue everywhere. Sorry. I'm going to give this a little bit more glue on this side. I am not a neat crafter, so I have a tendency to get a little messy, as you can tell. Just kind of pull that out of the way if you get it in the glue like I did. And then we'll put the number here at the top. And there we have tag number 5. So I hope I think I was out of camera some, so I do apologize for that. I'm still trying to get used to the setup that I have. So again, if you have any questions about this tag, please let me know and I'll be glad to help any way that I can. So I hope you have a blessed day and I'll be back soon.